A very good morning, my dear students, and welcome to Digital World of Patania Public School. But in previous lecture, we learned how to create a variable. Now, and we learn left hand side and the right hand side values, and in which side you write down the variable name and in which side you write down the values. Now, today we learn multiple assignment. But learn one point, when you write down equal sign, this means your assignment operator. This is your assignment operator. And when we write down, for example, a is equal to 10, this is the value 10 we assign to the a. This is means assignment. We assign the value to the a. We assign the value to a variable. Now, multiple assignment. Very important and interesting point here. Assigning same value to multiple variables. For example, if you want to give today we open our Python programming and click on the Python 3.7, then click on the IDLE. Now beta, you write down, for example, when you write down a is equal to 10, this is the name of the variable a, or you click on the print and then you display the value of a, then it will display the 10. And the another way, you write down a is equal to b is equal to c is equal to 15. Here we assign the multiple value. We assign single value to the multiple variables. We assign the 15 to the a also, we assign the 15 to b also, and we assign the c 15 to the c also. Now we print c, so our answer is 15. If we print b, our answer is 15. If we print a, so our answer is 50. And the another way, you assign different value to different variables in a single line. How? You write down a, comma, b, comma, c. So here we take the three variables is equal to, we assign the value, for example, 10, 15, 20. So that means a is equal to 10, b is equal to 15, and c is equal to 20. So first variable name is a, so first value assigned to the a. Second value variable name is b, so second value assigned to the b. And third variable name is c, so third value assigned to the c. So now we write down the statement print and we display, always write down the p in small. Don't write down the print p capital. So always write down print in small letters. This is Python is case sensitive language, so it affect your program. So now we print, for example, c, so your answer is 20. And if you print a, your answer is 10. And if you print b, so your answer is 15. So this is your multiple assignment. And better learn one more point here also. When you declare the variable name, so you write down, for example, name. Okay, so you write down also as name. You write down, for example, roll number, so you write down r number is equal to, for example, 100. Or you assign ROLL roll number is equal to 100. Choice is yours. But when you write down the name of variable here, when you use again this variable name in your program, you use same. For example, we want to write down print and we write down R number, so it display the 100. But if I change it, I write down r small and number like this, it display the error. Why? Because this type of variable not in our program. So use variable name similar when you display the print command, or you use anywhere in your program, then you use the same name. For example, we want to display the print roll number, so you don't write down r number, or you write down r capital o double l then underscore. If you write down n capital, it display the error. So you write down in similar way print. This is our statement, roll number is equal to 100. So R capital underscore and NO. So you write down ROLL underscore number. So it display the 100. Clear beta? So this is your multiple, yeah, multi-line assignments. So these are your multi-line assignments. Assign same value to multiple variable. Like 10 you will assign to the different variables, or you define the assignment multiple value to multiple variable like x to 10, y 20, and z is your 30, and we have discussed in practical these complete. Okay, now statement yes, now you move here. Statement 1 assign 5, 10, and 7 to A, B, C respectively. Statement 2 will first evaluate your right hand side. A is plus 1, B plus 2, C plus minus 1, which we yell, and then we define it to the equal to 6, 12, 6. Then it will take the statement by replacing the evaluated result of the right hand side. So you write down B, C, A. So here B display the 6, C display the 12, and A display the 16. Your answer is like this. But when you write down A, B, C, so your answer is 6, 6, 12 according to the third statement. So totally dependent on you. When you write down in this way A, B, C, or when you write down B, so this B assigned the value A plus B, and C assigned value B plus 2, and A assigned value C minus 1. And when we write down A, B, C, so A value is 5, B value is 10, and C value is 7. Now variable definition. Variable definition. So you see that in Python a variable is created when you first assign a value to it. It also means that a variable is not created until some value is assigned to it. We don't declare the variables. Like C language or C++ language, we first declare the variable name, then we write down the value of the variable. So here you write down the direct value to a variable. When you run the above code, it will produce an error for the first statement line 1. We write down print x. First we write down the print x, and after that we assign the value. This is the wrong method. This is not the true. And this display the error. Yes, obvious. First you write down the value x is equal to 20. Then you write down print is equal to x. Don't write down direct. First you write down the print x and then you assign the value. No, this is the wrong method. So always define value first. First you assign the value to a variable, then you display or print any command. So it display the error. Yes, obvious. The reason of for the above error is implicit, as you know that a variable is not created until some value is assigned to it. So variable x is not created and yet being printed in line 1. Printing using an uncreated undefined variable resulting to error. Dynamic typing, very important. Dynamic typing. If you want practically, then we do it here. For example, we write down print z, and we don't define the z, so how we display it? But here we write down z is equal to 50, and then we write down the statement print z. This is the right way. Now you display the value because we write down we assign the value z, we assign the 50 value to the z, and then we print the z. But when we not define the variable, not assign the value to a variable, then how we print it? Okay. Now dynamic typing. In Python, as you have learned, a variable is defined by assigning to it some value of a particular such type as numeric, string, etc. For instance, after the statement x is equal to 10, we can say that variable x is referring to a value of integer type. Later in name, if you reassign a value of some other type of a variable x, Python will not complain and no error will be raised. X is equal to 10. After that, we write down x is equal to hello world. We write same variable name on many times in a single program in Python only. But we don't write down same variable in C++ and other languages. This is the benefit or use of your Python language. So when you print here, print x, your answer is 10, and when you print x here, so your answer is hello world. So you can think of a variable, a Python variable as label associated with objects. Literal means your integer literal, your floating literal, your string literals. So many your values, which type of values you enter. In our case here, with dynamic typing, Python make the label refer to new value. So here is the new value. So your variable take the value new. For example, above example, x you write down the value 10, and after that you write down the hello. So you write down the next time hello. So your answer always print the second one, your newer one, the latest one. Question with dynamic typing. Now question with dynamic typing. Although Python is comfortable with changing types of a variable, the programmer is responsible for ensuring right types of certain type of operation. For example, you write down a is equal to 10, y is equal to 20, y is equal to x divided by 2. Don't write down y divided by 2. Legal because two integer can be used in divided operation. But here you define the variable string, you assign the value string, and you define x divided by 2. So how you divided date you divided by 2? This is the error. This is the not right way. So when you divide or you use multiple values, so always use your numeric values. Okay. So this is your quotient and dynamic typing. For instance, consider the following sequence of command that use type. Here you use better type. Type is the method. Type is a method. Dynamic typing is different from static typing. In static typing, a data type is attached with a variable when it is defined first and it is fixed. That is data type of a variable cannot be changed in static typing, whereas there is no such restriction in dynamic typing. In dynamic typing, you change your values, you change your assigned values, but in static typing, you don't change your values. So type is your, like print is a method. Use type object function to determine the type of an object. Object can be variable or a literal. For example, you define a is equal to 10. When you display the type a, so it display the type, which type of value. This is your integer value, your string value, your floating value, which type of value. For example, we take Python again here, and here we write down, for example, we write down a is equal to 10, and here we write down type function, and in type function we want to type a, which type, so integer, so it display the class int. But when we write down name is equal to Ankit, and then we write down type, the variable name is name here, so name you write down here name, so your is string. But when you define, for example, pi is equal to 3.14, so now we if we print, for example, if we print pi, so your answer is 3.14. But pi 3.14 is which type of value? Your integer literal, your floating literal, your string literal, which type? So you write down type to display the type of the values, and here you write down the name of the variable pi, so it display the float. So integer, string, float, these are the types. These are the data types. We learn these and discuss these all, the integer, floating and string, these all in your next chapter, chapter number 8. Now simple input and output. Simple input and output. If you want to enter your name, so how you input it? So how you input it, beta? See practically. We open Python again, so we see easily and visibility is more attractive and clearly. So here you open your Python. Okay. So for example, you want to input your name. So here we take a variable name is equal to. Now you use the input method here, input function here. After that you use the inverted comma, bracket, a parenthesis, and here you write down a statement. And when you write down the statement, you use the characters or you use the words. For example, for inputting the name, you write down here, enter your name is equal to. So this is the message that displayed on your screen. So when you press enter key, enter key is used to terminate in Python. So here our line is terminated, we will just press the enter key. So now you see enter your name is written here, displayed on your screen. This is your message, this is your statement. And now you write down your name. For example, you write down Ankit. So now when you print name, so what is the answer of this? Your answer is print. Or you write down, for example, father name is equal to input. Always use small letters input, and you just write down father's name. Father's name is equal to this, between the inverted comma that you write, this is totally dependent on you how to write it. No Python compiler or your interpreter not include this. So you write down that you want, you write down just name is equal to, you write down directly. So here you write down the father's name, for example, Anil Kumar. So when you click print f name, use variable name exact, don't change anything here. So write down name, so Anil Kumar is displayed. Clear, beta? So input is the name of the function, and f name, these are the variable name, and between inverted commas green color you see the statements, you see the messages that are displayed on your screen. You write down directly also, you write down, for example, name is equal to, and we write down input, and that's it, and we press the enter. So you write down name here, for example, Sumit, we write down here. So when you print the name, it displays the Sumit. So no effect, you write down what you write down in the message. So totally dependent on you. But identically, if you want to define any identification, then you write down enter your name is equal to father name, statement that are displayed right way to seen on the screen. Okay, so this is your input, simple input and output. So this is the example here we discussed already. Now reading numbers, how much, 1 or 2 pages are left. So we learn today, we complete our syllabus, term 1 syllabus here. So reading numbers, string values cannot be used for arithmetic or other numeric operation. Learn beta, we don't add name plus 10, we add always 10 plus 20. For these operation you need to have value of numeric type, integer or float. Integer means your number value, your real number, 10, 20, 30, 40, 100, lakh, 2 lakh, anything. And your floating means your decimal value, your pointing value. Don't worry, Python offered two functions, int and float, to be used with input to convert the value received through input and float type. You can read in value, assign input function, and then use input or in int or float. Int means integer, float means decimal pointing value. When we write down 7, this is your integer. When we write down 7.5, this is your float. Read value to change the type of input value to int or float respectively. For example, we write down age is equal to input what is your age, and when we press what is your age, so it display the 16, and int age, so it display always 16. You write down age plus 16, so age is our 16, so 16 plus 1, it displays the 17. You can also combine these two steps in a single step. For example, like this, you write down variable name is equal to int input from string. How? Marks is equal to float input enter your marks. So we write down the marks 73.5. And after that we write down age is equal to int input what is your age. So here we input the age is 16. So if we want to display the type of marks, floating. If we display the type of this age, is a integer. After using int and float function with input, you can check yourself using type function that the type of read value is now int or float. Now see above. Now the next is your possible error when reading numeric values. Possible errors. Which type of error come when you write down the numeric value? If you are planning to input an integer or floating point number using input inside int or float, such as shown below, age is equal to int input enter your age or percentage float. So you see here, when you want to write down integer value, when you want to input integer value, then you use the int before the input function, and when you input the value floating, then you write down the float front of this. Then you must ensure that the value you are entered must be in the form of easily convertible of the target type. While inputting integer value using int and with input, make sure that the value being entered must be integer, not the string. If you input the integer, if you write down here int, or you input the decimal value, not accepted. If you write down here float, so your value will be accepted but only display the integer value, not display your decimal point here. So it always display the error. Okay. So this is your simple input and output. Now these all are your input about input. Now output very simple. Your type function, your print function, these all are your output. Through print, just write down print and message, it display on the screen. If you write down the variable name between these, so display the your value of the variable. And if you write down in this, like for example, we want to write down, we want display the print of 3 multiply 4, so you just write down print 3 multiply 7. So we do the practical. Okay. So you write down here print 3 multiply 4. So you display the answer 12. Okay. So this is your print. This print function used for the output. This print function is used for the output. Feature of print function. What are the features of print function? The print function has a number of features. It automatically convert the items to string. If you are printing a numeric value, it will be automatically converted into equivalent string and print it. For numeric expressions, it first evaluate them and then convert the result to string before printing, as it did in example statement 2 above. So this print function is used to display the value on the screen. Or you write down in like this print inverted comma my comma name comma age comma Amit. So it display the answer my name is Amit. So if you want to display the multiple message, you display it. But if you want to display the message in the different line, then you write down the different. And if you give the space between these, then you use the backslash n. If you give the space between the variable name and the other variable name, then you use the backslash t is used for the tab space, and a backslash n is used to move the text in the next line. Like this, when you press the backslash n, so your value will be entered in the next line. And if you want, we do this. If you explicitly give an AND argument with a print function, then the print will be print the line and it with string specified with the AND argument. You specify a string value to the end of the argument. For example, print my name is Amit and this. So after this Amit, your dollar sign will be displayed. And after that, your next line will be displayed. So if you want to give the space, then you just write down and is equal to inverted commas or single quote also. So here our chapter number 7 is completed. For example, your first program is write a program to input a welcome message. So very simple. Open your Node Python and write down print, and here you write down welcome. So this is simple print message. And your second message is program to obtain the three number and print their sum. So here you write down first number 1 is equal to, then you input the integer value, then number 2, then number 3, and after that sum is equal to num1 plus num2 plus num3. So for example, in num1 we enter the 70, in num2 we enter the 10, and in num3 we enter the 20. So your answer is 70 plus 10 plus 20. So your answer is 100. So your answer is on some value variable. So you display here sum. So your answer will be displayed sum. But if you want to display the num1, num2, num3 values also, then you do, write down again print command and then num1, num2, num3 also. So it displays your program. We do these programs in practically, no issue. So these are the examples. You do the practice of these examples, and if any problem is there, you take your problems in the Zoom class also. So here our term 1 syllabus is completed, and in term 1 syllabus our 7 chapters are there. Chapter number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So everyone